The 18th annual Tribeca Film Festival kicks off here in New York City tonight.
That's right. This year's lineup has something for everybody, including the music of the Beatles. The hilarity of this is Spinal Tap, the brilliant collaborations of Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese, the phenomenon of The Simpsons, the cultural touchstone of teen romance, Say Anything, which I loved, and the Gen X snapshot, Reality Bites.
Oscar winner Robert De Niro, producer Jane Rosenthal are the festival's founders. Good morning to both of you. Always good to have you guys come in and talk about Tribeca. Here's the thing, though. It has expanded beyond film now. It's multimedia. You've got VR you recognize as well. Has this thing succeeded beyond your wildest dreams?
Well, I never thought I'd be sitting here all these years later and still doing what we're doing. So I'm very happy about it, that the festival's become part of the fabric of the city, a tradition, hopefully a tradition that'll last forever, and that's, what more could you ask for?
What does it do for a project to be in the Tribeca Film Festival?
You're certainly spotlighting a project, especially for new directors. When you look at someone like Damien Chazelle, had his first film at the festival, Guy and Madeline on a Park Bench. So we really give a platform for new voices.
This year there's a special emphasis being placed on music. You're actually going to start this thing at the Apollo Theater.
It's extraordinary. We're going to be uptown at the Apollo with a documentary by Roger Russ Williams about the Apollo and the history of the Apollo. And it's just to hear those voices, diversity of voices, especially at this time, is just going to be a wonderful gathering tonight.
I'm very excited that you are going to be interviewing Martin Scorsese. Are you going to get tough on him? Is it going to be like Meet the Press? I mean, come on, what's going to happen?
No, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what questions to ask him now, actually. And I think, and we'll throw some of it to the audience, because I always feel that the audience has questions that we can't think of, and they should be hopefully good ones.
You obviously have had incredible collaborations with him. I know you've got a new film coming out, The Irishman, another. But what works between you two?
I think, well, Marty's good with everybody, with all people, creative people, no matter what department you're in, say if it's movies. And you could be the production designer, you could be anything. It just gives people a lot of room. And after a while, that makes people feel that they can be confident in what they decide, what they want to do, and their choices. And he guides and directs as that's what he's supposed to do, but at the same time, he's very open about stuff. And that eventually makes people feel freer to try things, and that's important. That's where you get genuine creativity.
This movie that we just mentioned, The Irishman, that comes out this fall, it's an amazing cast. But it is also going to be streaming on Netflix. And as you know, there was some news made yesterday, the Academy deciding not to adjust the rules. It looks like films like Roma, like The Irishman perhaps, will be able to be considered for Oscars. Where do you fall on the spectrum in terms of this debate about what should and should not be considered for an Oscar film?
Well, the bottom line is we would not have been able to make the movie the way we would have wanted to make it if we didn't have the money that Netflix could give us. It wouldn't happen. We would have gone through such headaches to get the studios to this and hedge their bets and get private investors, this and that. It's a crazy mishmash, chaotic situation. They came in and did it. So we are indebted to them in many ways, and now we just have to work out how much theatrically we can show the movie, and then where it goes into the format that they're famous for.
Yeah.
I can't say it any better than that. I don't know.
No, I mean, we've been working on this movie since 2007, so it's thrilling to be able to, to make this movie and have the extraordinary cast that we did, and we know we'll have the theatrical platform for it, so, you know, October, the fall's a way away. I'm sure somebody will change their minds.
It's an interesting debate because, to your point, when you have these other outlets like Netflix and that supports more movies and more art and all of that, I know there are some in the industry who worry about the loss of that theater-going experience.
I love that experience, and that's the tradition that I'm from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't imagine watching on an iPhone certain movies, especially something like The Irishman. but things are changing.
But let's be real, we don't have the Ziegfeld Theater. When I look at the Tribeca Film Festival has lost over 7,000 seats below 14th Street because theaters they're smaller, they're bigger seats, they're thinking about what menu they have versus what film they're showing. So theatrical is not going to go away, but the experience is changing, and how we watch films and when we watch them, and television, it's all changing.
What are you most looking forward to about this year's festival?
I'm most looking forward to tonight at the Apollo.
At the Apollo.
It's to be on stage at the Apollo.
Can you know what I'm most looking forward to? Say Anything. Did you love that movie as much as I loved it?
Oh, no.
What? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. You haven't seen Say Anything?
Not yet, no.
Can I give you some homework for tonight?
Please, I'll do it, yes.
This is an American classic. Jane, I'm so glad you're highlighting it, but you have to get Robert to see it.
Well, that's the reason we highlight anniversary films. So we bring new audiences to these films, whether it is Apocalypse Now, bringing a new audience to that, or Say Anything, bringing a new audience to that.